Had a nice cup of tea? Are you feeling refreshed to go more into the nitty-gritty? No, you're not refreshed. Go and have another cup of tea. Because this is equally heavy. And again, as Custom Act was important, so Custom Tariff Act is also very important. That's our base, our total base. And it requires a lot of concentration because, of course, nowadays system does everything, no doubt about it. But how do you check it unless you don't know? If you don't know, how do you check it? So, to check what you are doing is correct or not, you should know. Again, namaskar to Saraswati Devi ji. As far as we are concerned, the primary work that we are doing is of customs clearance. That is, we are friendly to the customs only because we collect duty and give it to them. The more easily you collect duty and give it to the customs department, the more happy they become. Government is happy with you. So our basic job is revenue collection, and that is by virtue of what has been declared in the Act. The primary point over here again is that duty cannot be levied unless the law authorizes the levy of duty. The law says you collect so much duty, then only government can collect the duty, otherwise government cannot collect any duty. Our constitution permits the central government to levy duty on goods imported into or exported out of India. And this authorization has been made effective under the Customs Act 1962, section number 12. Okay? Mind you, that is the primary section. Section 12 has authorized the government to collect duty from the importers and exporters, and that is where we come into the picture. Duties of customs shall be levied on all goods imported into or exported from India at such rates as are specified under the Custom Tariff Act 1975. So, for our purpose, the most important act again is the Custom Tariff Act. And the finance bill every year, mostly on 28th February, budget is declared. During the budget, finance bill is declared. Any changes in the rate of duty is declared by virtue of those finance bill, applicable rates of duties for that particular year. So, number one, the duties have got to be mentioned primarily on the Custom Tariff Act. Any changes in the rate of duty, whether reduction or increase, is done during the budget in the Parliament. And only if Parliament approves it, then such rates of duty would be applicable. Of course, there is a certain period of time for Parliament to approve it, but otherwise, yes, government can start collecting the duty. When we talk about Custom Tariff Act, it has got two aspects. The entire Tariff Act has got two aspects. Number one is it has got to first show the correct classification of the goods. And number two is the various types of duties and the rates of duties with all the exemption notifications. So these are the two purposes of the Custom Tariff Act. And these rates of duties are chargeable for merchant goods as well as government goods. I told you section 12 is applicable to every goods, subject to applicability of exemptions as notified under section 25, valid as on the date determined under section 15. You are filing a bill of entry or a shipping bill, right? You get the TOCA number, right? The date on which the TOCA number is given, or if the IGM is filed at a later date and your bill of entry is in advance, then the date on which the final entry is declared for the IGM, that is the date applicable for the rate of duty. Rate of duty is declared. Supposing there is an exemption notification one day before or one day afterwards, then the rate notification would be applicable, which is effective on the date on which the TOCA number has been given or IGM final entry has been declared. That's the primary condition under section 15 as far as applicability of the rate of duty is concerned. If supposing your TOCA date is, let us say, 5th of January, today, and there was an exemption notification on 3rd of January, but it has expired on 3rd of January and it has not been extended. So the bill of entry that you have put in on 5th of January, you can't get exemption of the notification which has expired. On the other hand, let us say there is another exemption notification coming on 7th of January. You can't get the benefit unless the IGM, you have filed an advance bill of entry and IGM final entry date is declared either on 7th or after 7th. Then you can apply that notification. Otherwise, you cannot. So that is the beauty of section 15. Clear? Now let us see what are the type of goods that we are dealing with. This is one type. What is it? But it's also goods as defined under the Customs Act. This is another item. It's RFID chip. These are various types of animals. These are some other tools. These are various types of vegetables. Your nano car. These are all different types of goods. The particular respective good has got to first be properly classified, and that is the work of ITC, Harmonized System of Classification, Indian Trade Classification Harmonized System. You have to first of all try to get classification. Of course, it has now been inbuilt into the Custom Tariff Act also, and therefore the classification which you see in the Custom Tariff Act is same as the harmonized system. So you have got to first of all locate the proper classification of the goods. Now, can somebody imagine how many type of goods there are? Let's try to make guesses. Come on, let's make some guess. How many types of goods there are you see everywhere? Huh? Yes, go ahead. There are near more than 70 to 80,000 goods. If you go into the individual goods, more than 70 to 80,000. Now I am hearing that WTO has come out saying that it's going